So I want to try something new. I have a separate Instagram page where I share memes that I found and I've gathered over the years. And they're mostly philosophy related. And what I want to try to do is kind of take one of those memes and kind of explain it a bit for people that might not be familiar with its content. And so I want to take this meme, which should show up somewhere. And so let's start with the existential dread part, which is on the right from the cat's perspective. And that's actually a bit long and it has a bunch of things mixed into it, but for our purposes, let's simplify that as existential dread. And I think everyone knows what that is, even if they're not very familiar with philosophy. I think that's just kind of a popular term in modern culture. And what this is related to is mostly to the death of God as proclaimed by Nietzsche. And what Nietzsche meant was that the culture and society has lost a belief in God, at least the traditional God has been proclaimed in Christianity in the West. And so that kind of destroys the foundations of morality and meaning that we had. And so that descends into nihilism. And nihilism is nothing matters, and nothing matters because there's no framework that we can judge as objective on which to judge things. And that was possible before because it was grounded in God, and God is by its nature objective because it's transcendent and it's obviously and it's the creator of the world. So the meaning was kind of embedded in the world by its own creation, so it was kind of unavoidable. But then if there's no God anymore, then well, anything is permissible, and not only anything is permissible from a moral perspective, but also it affects outside of morality as well. It's like nothing matters. It's like, what should you do in your life? Well, it doesn't matter. Why should it matter? Why should you pick option B versus option A or option C? Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. So it's very easily to descend into this nihilism framework, and that's what the cat represents here. And he's striking the whatever it is into the mouse. So it's kind of the danger of annihilation by that framework, because that type of existential dread is obviously very, very hard on you. But what the meaning is trying to say is that love is immune to the existential dread. And the reason why that is because you can experience it, and that directly contradicts a nihilistic framework. Because the nihilistic framework says nothing matters. But it's kind of embedded into the very structure of love that it matters. You can't say that it matters. You can't say that it doesn't matter. And so one of the reasons why I love this meme so much is because it's really representative of kind of the cultural state that we're in. Like intellectually and philosophically, it's very hard to argue for an objective morality and objective values and get out of nihilism, but it's very easy to get away from that, from actually lived, embodied experience. Love being probably the highest experience of that. So yeah, there's a few things that I would like to mention, and these topics can be talked about forever, but I want to keep the video short, so maybe that was already a bit helpful and a bit interesting. So I have no idea if people like these types of videos. So if you find this interesting, please like or comment. Just let me know, because I want to know if this is something worth doing or not so much. So thank you.